Okay, so we're back here for turn 2. So we're going to start with Lola. She's going to focus while she's in Sydney, which puts her up to her 2 focus tokens. And then she's going to head through the sea space, and she's going to head directly over to the mystery space here, where we need to try to get that first mystery done for her movement. So that's 1 movement and 1 focus. Lily is sitting here in Istanbul. So she is also going to focus because she has none left. And then she is going to head over to the pyramids where she gets this expedition space is kind of what she's good at. So she's heading there now because of the cards she got. Mark is going to take a boat ticket in Rome. He is here. And he's going to move to London and then spend that boat ticket to go to Arkham, where he's going to be 1 space away from the spinner of webs, which he has to try to take out. That's the plan, at least. And then Silas, he is going to move on a sea space, which his ability allows him to do an additional action. I don't think it makes him move again, because you can normally do... I think some specifics say you can move again on certain things. He can just do 2 actions still. He can't focus because he's got 2. So he's going to acquire assets first. He gets 3 dice for his influence. That's a total fail. So I'm not going to get a debt condition for that. And what he's going to do, because there's really not much else he can do, he's going to grab a ship ticket. So he has a ship ticket for next time he needs one. Okay, so that's everybody's movements for this round. So we're going to start with Lola here. And she's going after what we need for our mystery to start with. So she is sitting here, and for the mystery we need to go out of the special encounter deck for Cthulhu, which is this one with the nasty tentacles, got his picture up here and everything. And we need to do a Ryla Risen special encounter. So the first card is that. So let's see what we get. So these are advanced encounters, or however they call them, where you actually do the first one, and if you pass this first one, then you go to do the middle one. But if you fail the first one, you go down to the red one. So you technically have to do 2 encounter things here, normally. So let's see what we have. Hundreds of deep ones surface from the water, crawling up the green stones. You hide yourself and watch their priest perform a strange ritual. Observation -1. Okay, her observation is 2. Not good, but she has 2 focus, which we'll be using. And once per round, on your space, you can roll an additional die when resolving the test. So she's going to get 2 dice. 6. A 6 and a 2. Nice. So she passes. So let's see what happens. Although you cannot understand the words, the ritual reminds you of a similar ceremony performed by human cults. Lore -1. Okay, we'd had her put her lore up in the beginning of the game, which is good because she has 3 lore, -1, so she has 2. A 2 and a 2, not good. So we're going to spend our focus, one of our 2 focus, to reroll. 1 die. 6, awesome. The focus tokens have come in handy already. All right. Let's see. If you pass, you recognize the moment when they will close their eyes and take the opportunity to escape. Place 1 Eldritch token on the active mystery. Awesome. Nice job, Lola. 1 Eldritch token on the active mystery, which means we have 1 on there. It's kind of going to be hard to see, I think, from here. Let's take a quick look. Here's the Eldritch token card here. So or the mystery card, so we put 1 on here. And if we have enough on here equal to half the number of investigators, so all we need is 2, we pass this first mystery. And you got to pass 3 mysteries to win the game. And Silas is going to be heading there next turn, and hopefully he can finish off the last one. We'll find out. So that is awesome. Nice work by Miss Lola Hayes. Okay, so Lily Chen is on an expedition space because her card for Professor Rice means after you resolve an expedition encounter, just resolve it, you get a clue. So even if she passes or fails, she's going to get a clue. So we take the pyramids, because that's where she's at, the one that's on the top of the deck. And this is just like the other one. It's got multiple encounters, these expedition encounters. So let's see what we got. You reach for the ancient relic when a small white cat jumps in front of you. To your horror, the cat transforms into a demonic feline creature and attacks. Test strength. Okay. That was a black cats that were bad. Okay, maybe it's a white cat thing in Egypt. So she has 4 strength though. So this is good for her. It's not a combat encounter, it's a strength test. So she can't use any of her bonuses if she has any. She does get a free reroll once per round for her lucky rabbit's foot. Alright. 5. So we succeed on the first part of the test. Let's see. The demon shrivels down to a husk, leaving the relic unguarded. Gain 1 artifact. Nice. So artifact deck is this one. This is a one-sided deck, so you just take from the top card when you gain an artifact. It doesn't say a specific one, so we just take the top one. And we get the Nectotic Manuscripts. Gain +1 lore and +1 will. Awesome. Action. If you are on a space containing a gate, gain 1 clue. Wow, she just has like a million ways to get clues right now. What else does it say? Examining the item, you may be too distracted to notice the warning hieroglyph. Observation -1. Okay. So our observation is 2. -1. We get 1 die. No bonuses to observation here. But she still gets that reroll if needed. Okay, let's go, Lily. 2. Alright, so here's our reroll. Whoops, Jesus, for a lucky rabbit's foot. 2, that's not good. I think she's going to use her focus for one more roll. Come on. Come on, Lily. It's 5, yes. Get a 5. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. If you fail, you aren't prepared to evade the poison bar, lose a health. Okay, so basically, there was no pass there. We just didn't lose our health for that. Well, it's okay. I don't like reading ahead. So I want to know, like, on my test, I try to pass them, and I don't want to see what the fail and stuff is until I get to pass or fail. That's just how I like to do it. So, we got an artifact. We didn't lose our health. And the next card, actually, on the deck is the pyramids. So, wow, this shuffled up really interestingly, because the pyramids are the next card on the deck, so it actually stays where it's at. So she could kind of sit here and keep getting clues. Interesting. Okay, and I think I was kind of peaked. I think the next one's the pyramids too. I shuffled the decks, I promise you. So the thing stays there, and because she got resolved an expedition encounter, she gets a clue because of her Professor Rice card. So she has 2 clues. That was a good turn for her. She got a +1 to her lore, +1 to her will. She didn't improve a skill. She has a skill based on the card, so she didn't get to put those up twice. Just because she has that item. And that is it. She used her rabbit's foot. So she's done with that. Okay. Nice work, Lily. So now Mark Harrington is up here in Arkham. Oh, good old Arkham. So this space you can get incantation spells. He has a 1 in lore. He doesn't want incantation spells. So I think I'm going to do a general city encounter here and see what we get. This could be anything. So we have to do the city space on the black general encounters. To find the city's legendary magic shop, oh god, requires knowledge of ley lines. Lore -1. Well, that means he has 0 lore, but instead of Arkham, in Eldritch, you always can roll a die. Even if it goes under 0, you get 1 die. But he does have 2 focus tokens, so he could still use those to reroll if he fails. And he gets a 1. I think I'll use 1, because on the next turn I can get another one before I head over to fight the monster. So let's use 1 focus token. That'll keep me for 2 for the fight. 5! Look at that. Success. Focus tokens for the win. If you pass, the owner will sell you only a single curio. Gain 1 random magical asset from the deck. Nice. 1 random magical asset from the deck. Okay. So that's not a spell. It's a magical asset. Assets are the main kind of normal cards here. The thick deck with all the expansions. So we basically flip from the top until we find a magical asset. And there's a magical card right there. It's a magical asset. Not a unique asset. So as long as it had the word magical on it, then it's good. So it is actually a spirit dagger. Which gives us +1 will and +2 strength during combat encounters. But the good thing about this is it's a magical weapon. Some creatures are immune to or resistant to physical damage or whatever, so this will work on them. Because it's magical. It's a different type of weapon. Okay, nice work, Mark. Okay, and now the last guy to go is Silas over here in Sydney. And he is going to improve his strength. Why not? Let's do a Sydney card and see what happens. Alright, Sydney. A stranger on the ferry, Greycliff, entrusts you with a powerful item. Gain 1 weapon unique asset. Wow, okay. We just get a weapon unique asset. I like that. So those are from the bottom until we find one. That is an item, magical relic, task, item, magical relic, task, item, tome, ally. So we have to find a weapon here. Ally, magical relic. Jesus, I'm going through like the whole deck. Come on, there's got to be some weapons in here somewhere. Task, item, tome. Sorry, I'm not even showing that I'm going through this deck. I got a stack here of cards that don't. Ally character, magical relic, magical relic weapon, ancient sword. Yes, please. That sounds pretty sweet. So I don't remember a lot of magical weapons in here. I mean, I'm sure there's a decent amount. There's no way I'm seeing every card in this game. Let's see what this bad boy does. Item, magical relic weapon. Gain +3 strength during combat encounters. When you defeat a monster during a combat encounter, flip this card. Ooh, and then we see what happens. Okay. Alright, so that's everybody. That's the whole round. So Lola killed it and got half our mystery done. She could technically stay there and try to do the next one. And I might send Silas over there to help her so they both have a shot at it. We'll find out what I want to do. I don't know. The problem is there may be a token there that could really screw us. Because of Cthulhu. Because it's out of sea space. We'll see what happens on the Mythos deck. So she killed it. Lily was at the pyramids, completed hers, got a clue for doing it, and she got a tome artifact, which helps her big time by improving skills. Mark got here. He got a spirit dagger, which was nice in Arkham. And Silas got an ancient freaking magical sword, so pretty good round. Now, the shitty part, the Mythos phase. Let's see what we get. It is... Oh, this is going to be bad for that space. going to be interesting how this works now. Okay. So this is our good old normal cards. We couldn't get that gate closed. Well, we could have gotten the gate. We could have went for the gate, but I'm really nervous about that monster, so I skipped it. Probably should have went for the gate in hindsight here. Okay, so this is this makes us turn our omen track right here. So we have to turn that to the next omen. So see if we can get a decent view of that. So that means we move clockwise to the next omen, which is blue, the blue constellation. And we look on the board, and if there's any gates with blue constellations out, we move the doom track that many spaces for how many gates. And the gate in London does have one. My original plan was to come here, and then once this monster came out, it threw everything off for me. I should have tried to close the gate. So now we have to move the doom token down to 11 because of that. Okay, now next we have a reckoning symbol. So the reckoning symbols take place in specific orders. There's 4 things that happen. First, you look and see if any monsters have a reckoning symbol. If they have one, it will be just like this on the cultist on the bottom right. Cultists are specific, though. You actually go and look at the Ancient One's sheet to see if they have anything. The only other monster we have right now is the Spinner of Webs, and he does not have one. So on the Ancient One sheet, according to Cthulhu, their cultists don't have anything that happens during a reckoning, so we skip that part. Now we look at Mythos cards, and that is this card right here. Discard 1 Eldritch token from this card unless investigators as a group spend clues equal to half. We have clues to spend, but I think I'm going to take 1 off now. And if this gets low enough, then we'll start spending clues, because we have 2 more of these rounds to go before we have to worry about that coming. So I'll take 1 off for now. Next round I might have to start spending clues. Possessions. If any of our possession cards... actually, no, I'm sorry, I skipped one. It's monsters, then it's the Ancient One, then it's the Mythos cards. So Cthulhu has one, and this is what's going to hurt us. It has, right here, each investigator on a C space that does not contain an Eldritch token places an Eldritch token on his space. And that would be... A C space is a C space, not... Well, yeah, obviously. I was thinking it's not a location with C space. There's actually no location with C spaces. So she is on a C space here. So we have to put an Eldritch token on this space. And the problem with that, according to Cthulhu, is that when an investigator moves onto a space containing an Eldritch token, he becomes delayed and loses 1 sanity. So delayed means you get flipped over on your side, like this, say, so you remember. And the next round you can't do any actions, all you can do is stand up. But you still can encounter the space you're on. So she's probably going to stay here, get delayed, and then try to finish off that mystery. So she's going to have to stay there for another 2 turns. It's only if you move on to it. So does it count as her moving onto a space if she's already on the space? She's not technically moving on the space, but if she stays on it, that's an interesting question. Probably. I can only assume it makes her stay delayed because that's the way the game normally works. It doesn't help you. But it's a question I'm not sure of the answer. I'll have to check it out. So then we do the Mythos card, which we did before the Ancient One. And then we do Possessions and Conditions. So if any of the cards we have has a reckoning symbol on it, we have to use it now. And none of them do, so we skip that. And then we go to the gate. So now we have to flip a new gate over. And with a 4-player game, it's only 1 gate. And it is Istanbul. The green comet. Which, if we look at the track... there's only 1 green comet on the top, 1 red sun thing on the bottom, and then these constellations, 2 of them. So we have about 3 turns at least of cards that will turn this before we have to worry about that gate. Then the blue one will come back up again sooner than that, so we might have to get over there. And then we grab our newly cool bag and find a monster. When you spawn a gate, you get a monster. So let's get a Hound of Tindalos. These guys suck. Their will test, you have to get at least a 2. They do 2 damage to you. They have 3 health, -1 strength test. The thing about them is during the Reckoning, if they go, move this monster to the nearest space containing an investigator. Then an investigator on that space immediately encounters it, which means that he's going to come hunt us down. And every turn the Reckoning comes up, he's going to come fight somebody. Kind of out of order, because he's a dick. Alright, so he's in Istanbul. And he just flies around the world and hunts us down. Okay, and now we read the card after it's not worse already. Driven to Madness. There was a time when you took comfort in the company of others, but no longer. You have sacrificed so much for them. Are the desperate masses even worth saving? Can the human race ever hope to earn its redemption? Wow, that's dark. Alright, event. Each investigator may discard any number of ally assets. Then he loses 1 sanity for each ally asset he has. Each investigator that has lost sanity from this effect also gains a madness condition. Ooh. So we have to... Basically, if anybody has an ally, they get a madness condition, but they have a chance to discard them. Well, they lose a sanity and get a madness condition. Or if they keep it, they lose a sanity and get a madness condition. Okay. The only ally on the board right now is Lily Chen's Professor Rice, which is a nice ally for her getting clues. That's a nice ally to have. But she's got to move over to get that gate. I think I'm going to try to get to that gate soon. So, I don't want to discard them. The madness conditions could be nasty. What am I going to do with Lily? Do I get rid of Professor Rice? It's early in the game, but there's a lot of things going on already. It just helps her get clues, which could be useful. You know what? I think I'm going to discard them. We got a clue from them already. I think I'm just going to discard them. Might be the wrong call, but I don't want her to get a madness condition and lose sanity already. So, sorry, buddy. You're going back in the deck. He gets shuffled back in. So technically someone else can get him, but of course there's like 200 cards in this deck, so the chance of him coming up is not good. But she did use his power once that he got her, so I guess that's good enough for now. Okay, so that is the end of the Mythos phase, and we have to figure out what's going on and start in the next video. We'll come back with turn 3 and see how we do. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you later. Take care.